All right, I'm here with Colson with iCharging. We're here at Move in Detroit. Colson, how's it going today?
Doing great, Rob. Good. Thanks for asking.
Well, hey, I want to just check out your hardware here, and maybe you can tell us a little bit about what you have on display at the show today.
Yeah, so here we have our Blueberry dispenser unit. So this, in combination with some power units behind it, can output up to 900 kilowatts in its system, sharing that power dynamically at up to 4 ports. So as you see, we have this beautiful 32-inch screen, comes standard on the chargers, and it's intuitive. You come up here, you tap the charger, tap the output you want, and hit go, and there it goes. I take the output, plug it in my car, and it's charging. So for us, we've got a very scalable, upgradable solution, so you can start at those lower power levels, sharing power, 200, 300 kilowatts, but you see your utilization's going up. Okay, let's add some more power to the system. Add a PU 200, 300. Again, all the way up to that 900 figure. I'd love to see some customers get there, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Cool. So where are you guys manufacturing these units today?
Yeah, so all of our R&D and manufacturing is done in our corporate headquarters in Porto, Portugal.
Okay.
And then I do sales and service for North America out of our office in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay, so then these things must be deployed all over the world, is that correct?
That's right. So we're currently in about 45 countries globally, every continent we're covering, about 4,000 ports globally right now.
4,000 ports globally, that's amazing. And so that must be a lot as far as making sure that their uptime is absolutely optimized for all of these charging units.
That's right.
How are you guys handling uptime and diagnostics and these sorts of things today?
Yeah, critical question, especially in today's environment. Last year, we measured a global uptime of 98% for our chargers globally. And a big part of how we're doing that is through our innovative back-end solution that we call My iCharging.
Okay.
So we have a second communication channel inside all of our chargers that gets us distinct, critical diagnostic information about all of the hardware. So everything from the fan speed coming in, the temperature, humidity, fan speed going out, the temperature of cables, pins, firmware, software, everything you think of, we're getting that information through that to let us do remote troubleshooting better than ever before. So currently, we're resolving about 65% of our service tickets purely through that remote troubleshooting because of that robust remote connection that we have.
What's something that we haven't talked about that maybe we should all know about?
Well, what I didn't talk about is our dynamic power allocation.
Okay.
So we're able to move our power around in 50 kilowatt increments during charging sessions. So whenever your car starts slowing down its charging curve, we can send that power right to someone else exactly when they need it, which leads to a better user experience, faster charging, more revenue for CPOs too, with less equipment installed on site.
Okay, so like I'm charging at 150, you're charging at 150,
right.
My battery starts to get charged.
Yeah, you start to go down, and then my car, if it's still asking for more, can take that power back to go up to 200 or even higher.
That's so great. And so if people want to learn a little bit more about iCharging, where can they find you?
So they can find me, Colson Rivers, on LinkedIn. They could email me too, colson.rivers@icharging.pt. I'd love to reach out. We've got a great team here in the U.S., and we're growing fast.
Thank you so much for taking the time today.
Thanks, Rob.
All right.
Appreciate it.
All right, I'm here with Jeremy with Bot Auto. Jeremy, how's it going today?
Doing great, Rob. Doing great. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic.
Good.
So we're out here at Move. Jeremy, tell us a little bit about what you guys have on display here.
So we're Bot Auto. We're an autonomous trucking company based out of Houston, Texas. So Texas is kind of the ground zero of autonomous trucks in the U.S., mainly because of the regulatory structure that's been in place there. Whether companies are based there or not, they all sort of migrate because of our ability to actually get things done and do testing and get on the road.
Yeah.
We've been around for about 2 years.
Okay.
We're currently in the middle of a Series A fundraising round to continue to expand our fleet. But one of the big differentiators for us from other people in the space is we are an actual fleet where we own and operate our own trucking fleet. Our technology is proprietary, all of our technology stack. We built and designed and continue to maintain and grow, and we operate to serve the shippers who all want two things, cost and reliability.
Yeah.
And one really easy way to bring down the cost of shipping is to remove the driver.
100%. So you guys are still relatively early stage. How did you guys come to be? What was the founding story there?
So there are a number of folks within our company that were previously at another AV company that is no longer around.
Okay.
Learned a lot of hard lessons there.
Yeah.
And we're able to put those to use, which is one of the reasons that we've approached this differently as a fleet, as an operator, because ultimately need to have a customer that's reliable, and there are millions and millions of those shipping customers in the U.S., and the logistics system that we believe we fit into by serving those long-haul, middle-mile routes that can be arguably difficult to find drivers for. There's 100,000 CDL driver shortage in this country, and even in our
I didn't know that.
best case scenario, 5 years from now, we could fill 20,000 of them. So it's not a matter of taking jobs away, it's a matter of adding jobs, new jobs to the ecosystem and being able to serve the customer.
Got it. And so you guys are still early stage, but you guys have trucks on the road today, correct?
Yeah, we do. We have 6 fully autonomous trucks and 2 more that are being retrofitted today. Awesome. We run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week between Houston and San Antonio with both commercial routes that we're being paid to do and validation routes that we continue to expand and test our systems and keep things moving. We're expanding next toward Laredo, with each new domain expanding the abilities of our systems. And then it's kind of like you see in the video here, we have demonstrated last week our fully humanless operation, where this is
super
a
cool
truck with no one inside and all the camera angles so you can see no one's inside. Right now this is on the freeway overpass from I-10 doing the turnaround back onto I-10 to go back to our hub. But that's the way that you bring cost per mile down, taking the human out of the driver. The human driver is the biggest cost in trucking. So if you can remove that, then there's a pathway to be truly cost effective and impactful as a company.
Fantastic. So what are some things that maybe we haven't talked about that we should talk about?
You know, one of the things that I think is underplayed, but most important in this space, is the impact really of that cost per mile and how cost per mile is calculated. Boston Consulting Group put out a white paper about a month and a half ago proposing an audit structure for all of these companies to be able to figure out really, through an audit, traceable what their cost per mile is. And that's really when you're competitive, right? When you're able to get below the human cost per mile, which we think we can do in less than 2 years with less than 100 trucks in our fleet. And from there, it's just a matter of growth, scale, and expansion.
So one thing we didn't talk about is just the fact that you guys are retrofitting existing trucks.
We are.
So, you know, I'm from the Northwest, so the area of PACCAR and Kenworth trucks and things that Peter built. Daimler. And so you guys could theoretically work on any type of truck, is that correct?
We could. We choose to use Freightliner Cascadias.
Okay.
And we walk into Houston Freightliner and we're their customer and they sell us a truck. We take it back to our shop and do all of the retrofitting on it very purposefully for that particular vehicle. We have reasons why that's the vehicle we like to use.
Yeah.
But we don't have a formal OEM partnership with Daimler. We have a customer partnership with Daimler. They're aware of our progress and the things that we're doing, but we're not beholden to anyone as an OEM, because really, in order to expand, you need to be able to do your work in what you're doing at your level of control. And sometimes in some relationships it can be problematic when those formal relationships exist.
Yeah. So for those that want to learn a little bit more, where can they find you online?
www.bot.auto.
Bot.auto. All right.
Simple.
Thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks, Rob.
All right, I'm here with Daniel at Alba Robot. Daniel, how's it going today?
Going well. We had a really good show so far, and we're here for the second day and looking forward to making new connections.
Lots happening at Move. So Daniel, tell us a little bit about this robot, what you have on display here, and some of its capabilities.
Sure. Well, first, let me tell Alba Robot is an Italian technology SME, small, medium-sized enterprise, and we have the world's most advanced self-driving modular mobility platform for moving people and goods in indoor and pedestrian spaces. So we are now launching our latest robot, which is the autonomous luggage mover called Alba Caddy, and it has two facets. One is a B2C facet where the passenger can hire the robot to put all of their carry-on luggage for their family, their coats and everything, and it acts as a digital locker and go either to the gate and wait for you or follow you around. And that would be something that would be, you know, a reasonably priced, maybe like $20 to use it for the time. And that's, you know, as someone who has a wife and kid, I know that would be very valuable for me. And then on this side, because the other side we can't see right now, that's where the luggage goes. On this side, we have digital signage. So this is really interesting for facilities because we're turning a cost into a revenue generating machine. So in this case, we will be putting location-based advertising to drive foot traffic to concessions, because if you're freed up with your luggage, then you can go eat, you can go drink, you can go shop, and that's something that airports are really looking at. And we're turning this from a cost to a revenue, and we want to share that revenue with the facilities. And then we also have back here, you can't see right, but we also have some general public information about departures and arrivals. So a lot of useful kiosk information that we can share with anyone throughout the robot.
I love this component because whenever I see an autonomous robot, whether it's a delivery robot or definitely something like this, it's going to catch eyeballs. So from like a marketing and advertising perspective, this is genius. I love that. So one thing that we were talking about earlier is that this is based on a platform that could be used today as a luggage carrier. But you also were showing off some other use cases, some other potential for this. Can you talk a little bit about that?
So we basically are a software-driven engineering company with a robotics platform on which you can put any form factor. So we can move people safely, people with reduced mobility, robo-taxis. So we're kind of like a Waymo, but for indoor and pedestrian spaces. And then on top of that, we can move goods. So we can move luggage, we can move food. We have a very flexible platform because we want to customize our platform based on the customer's need. We don't want to be prescriptive in terms of, hey, you need this robot or you need that robot. We're just showing, for example, here we fast prototyped this in 4 weeks. We just put it on top of our robotics platform, and it's just to show the art of the possible, what can be done in terms of mobility in indoor and pedestrian spaces.
I think that's absolutely incredible. And so we were talking before, you guys are going to be at Mobile World Congress in Las Vegas coming up here, right?
Yes.
So that's excellent. So definitely make sure that you plan on checking out Alba at Mobile World Congress in Las Vegas coming up here in October. Daniel, anything else that we should know maybe we haven't covered already?
No, it's just that this is a huge demographic challenge. There's an aging of the population. People are overweight, and they predict by 2035, 50% of the world population is either going to be over 60 or overweight, and so we really need to address this mobility challenge. And also staffing shortage to address these mobility challenges, so robots make a lot of sense to help with that.
Yeah, for sure. So where can people learn a little bit more about what you guys are up to online?
Well, you can go to alba-robot.com to find our website. You can look me up on LinkedIn. Be happy to talk to you. We're based out of New Lab, Detroit, so Michigan Central, so we're really excited to be there. That's our American headquarters, and if you come to tour and look us up, and be happy to talk with you there where we have our Italian headquarters.
Italian headquarters, and New Lab, for those that haven't checked it out, is basically like an incubator here in Detroit. Amazing things going on, and Alba is one of those things. So thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you, Rob.
Yeah, I hope you have a great rest of your conference.
I hope you do too.
All right. All right, I'm here with Nick with Power Innovations International. Nick, how's it going today?
Doing great. How are you?
Doing awesome. So we're here at Move, and Power Innovations International has a lot of different solutions, but tell me first about what you guys have on display right here.
Yep, so this is our 50 kilowatt outdoor mobile charger, a DC fast charger. So it's a NEMA 4 rated outdoor mobile charger, again doing DC fast charging. Takes a number of different voltage inputs, so being on the move, you never know what voltage input that you can actually plug into. So this would be able to take 240 single phase, 208 or 240 3-wire or Delta, or 480 with 4 wires systems.
So walk me through some of the use cases, the types of vehicles that would be using this to charge.
Yeah, so this is a couple different use cases that we see with a unit like this. Number one is where you may not have permanent infrastructure quite available yet. So you can wheel this around or out when the infrastructure becomes available, repurpose that unit. Because it takes so many different inputs, whether it be grid, also can take a DC input, or even a generator, for instance. So that can be one type of use case, kind of temporary DC fast charging wherever you need it. Another is quite a bit with fleets. And so you can think of fleets in a couple of different ways. The way I think about them are whoever manages and owns a lot of electric vehicles. So you can think of as a car dealership, for instance. They have a lot of electric vehicles. This can roll in and out of the service bay. You would have car rental as well. So someone like a Hertz or an Avis would be able to wheel that around as well. Or school buses or any type of really fleet manager that needs, I'll say, mobile EV charging without the permanent infrastructure that you don't have to then acquire by having this unit here.
So for the organizations that do have permanent infrastructure, tell us about some of the solutions that you have to offer on that side.
Yeah, so we have, again, this indoor and outdoor rated versions. We also have, of course, the complete line of stationary and what we call pedestal or all-in-one units.
Yeah.
So we start from 30 kilowatt using all the same power electronics that we have across our product line. 30 kilowatt, 60 kilowatt, going up to 150 kilowatt. Again, all being basically ground mounted.
Got it. And all manufactured in the U.S.?
Yes, so we have all of our R&D in the U.S., all manufacturing in the U.S. We're based in Salt Lake City, Utah. Our R&D, which is also something that when you think about cybersecurity and so forth with EV charging, is all in the U.S. in the Dallas area.
But you guys are deployed globally, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Now, of course, you see a CCS1 here that's going to be North American based. The same thing with NACS. We're prepped for NACS as well.
Yep.
But we can go around the world, being the international is the third word in our company name. So yes.
Excellent. So what is something that we haven't talked about that maybe we should know about?
Yeah, so I think you're going to see, and one of the big buzzwords is going to be V2G, and that actually already is V2G. So we can take our same infrastructure that provides unidirectional charging to the vehicle, and we actually have an inverter that looks at the same look and feel and provides discharging from the vehicle back to the grid. So I mentioned that this particular product from an input perspective can do 240 single phase, 208, 240, 480. We can do the same back to the grid. So no matter if you're doing unidirectional charging or bidirectional charging, doesn't matter what the grid input is. That's something that I think is pretty unique for us, and certainly more to come on that. We do have our 60 kilowatt bidirectional charger already deployed in the Northeast, and again, more to come on that.
So Nick, for people that want to learn a little bit more about Power Innovations International, where can they find you?
Yeah, it's very simple, powerinnovations.com. That's where our website is. Also, there's a lot of YouTube videos that feature specifically this product. Would be the Power Innovations International YouTube channel.
Thank you so much for your time today.
Yep, appreciate it.
All right.